Hi there, Pisces. Welcome to your end of November 2025 General Tarot Update. It's Verena here. Really funny. Okay, nice ending to that reading. So how many major arcana cards did I get? I got like 3 out of the 6. Pretty impressive. All right, let's see what we got here. The heart of the matter is the 3 of Cups. This is a card of this deck is called the Wild Unknown Tarot. I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. I absolutely love the illustrations, the pen and ink drawings. Some of them are in black and white, but this one happens to be colored. Isn't that cool? I love that it's multicolored, and I just really think this is sweet. This image. And the 3 of Cups is a very social, kind of celebratory card. So maybe there's some special occasion, like a wedding shower or a baby shower or somebody's birthday that is coming up that maybe you're anticipating, you're looking forward to. Of course, if you live in the United States, we have Thanksgiving, but I think of this almost like with friends more than like family. But I suppose it could be anything. But when I look at the past position, it's the Father of Swords, which translates to the King of Swords. And this can be someone who is very out of touch with their feelings. So the swords are connected to the air signs, which are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Aquarius is a sign out of all 3 of those that I really think of as tending to be like that. But it doesn't mean that that's the only one. Now, I feel like that could be saying that there are some of you out there who are in relationships with a person like that, and you don't feel that sense of maybe connection with them because you feel like they are like cut off from their own feelings, and so they can't give you what you need. You're a Pisces after all. Come on. You're a water sign. So I have to say, 3s in a tarot reading, it could be like a 3-party situation. Maybe you have developed feelings for another person. Not that you've acted on them necessarily, but it's coming from this place. And who knows, maybe you're even the Father of Swords, King of Swords. Maybe you have felt so emotionally abandoned that you have become kind of closed off from your own feelings and from that relationship. And it makes you feel like it doesn't even matter what you do. The higher message, it's a judgment card, but it was picked in reverse, and I do read reversed cards. So reversed judgment. Well, one of the meanings of the judgment card is literal judgment. Are you exercising judgment? Do you have poor judgment? Now, what do I say about this? I think that Pisces people do tend to Sometimes, nah, I'm kind of generalizing here, so take that for what it's worth. It certainly isn't true for all Pisces. That's why I say tend to, that a Pisces person can tend to. Um, Maybe choose a person that they're going to be with for the wrong reasons, and that can be a lack of judgment, not stupidity, not lack of wisdom, but misplaced sympathies. For instance, feeling sorry for a person, falling in love with the person who has a lot of problems because you're just a natural healer. You're a natural empath. You want to save the world emotionally. You want everyone to be happy and to feel loved. And it's a lofty goal, but it's an inside job. And people have to do that within themselves. They can't expect someone else to fulfill them that way. And it can be a very difficult thing to fully allow yourself to accept that other people are responsible for their own emotions and their own choices. But so going back to that Three of Cups, yes, it can be that you are, you know, infatuated by someone who is not your partner. It can be that you would rather go out and party or go out and be with your friends than to be with the Father of Swords, because you feel so cut off when you're with that person. What crosses you is the Hangman, and this is a card that's actually connected to your ruler Neptune. And I think one of the reasons why it might be, well, I know that one of the reasons is because the Hangman can be a very sacrificial energy. But sometimes, especially in the challenge position, it's like a useless sacrifice. It's like asking you, why are you putting yourself in this position? Why are it's, in other words, like, I'm not saying that, Pisces people are prone to cheating and that's exactly what you're doing. But let's say that you're in this relationship with somebody who doesn't tell you that they love you and isn't very affectionate, and you feel like you're alone in that relationship. And you happen to be out with your friends celebrating somebody's engagement or something, and you meet some other person and you start to feel like strong feelings of attraction for that person. Um, the Hangman and the Judgment card in reverse, they could both be talking about the Father of Swords. Like, maybe you have this relationship that you're hanging on to that really isn't in alignment with you. And that is a sacrifice, because as long as you are embroiled in that relationship, it's very hard to start a new relationship without downright cheating and without really, starting it off on this foot of, I was going to say the wrong foot, but I didn't want to, judge it. But just saying, that having to hide and do stuff like that rather than being, above board and being open with it. So these themes can come up for Pisces in relationships where they are hanging on. The Hangman can be in the state of limbo. You feel like you can't leave a relationship, but you can't start another one. So asking yourself why. Speaking of which, what's coming in is the Hermit card. I always associate hermits, monks, those kinds of people with the 12th house, the house that you rule, because it's a house of solitude. It's a house of contemplation. That's what the hermit represents. It's like going within. when you go within, it sounds like you're going to be going within and you're going to be examining what is going on here. Now, you do have 2 planets that have gone retrograde in your sign, going back to your sign. So this might be that unfinished business that you have to clean up before the early months of 2026, when both of these planets, Saturn and Neptune, will go back into Aries and start a whole new cycle, which is many, many years old, especially Neptune. For Saturn, it's like a 30-year cycle, but for Neptune, it's 200 and something years old. And the outcome is the 9 of Cups, which is actually, I did know that this is connected to Jupiter in Pisces, which is very interesting because Jupiter is the ancient ruler of Pisces, but it's a card of wish fulfillment. So that is very interesting because I was getting like these tentative vibes, like that, with the Hangman, where you're feeling like you're in between 2 worlds. But it looks like something really good is, and maybe that is perhaps represented by the 3 of Cups, is lighting up your world, making you feel like you have won an emotional lottery. And whether it's love, it can even be money related. This is something to be celebrated and, really believe that you are deserving of it. And I feel that when a person gets in touch with their true self, which the Hermit card can really exemplify, that you realize how worthy you are. So that's a great way to end the reading. Okay, Pisces, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading, be it astrology, the tarot, or both, please click on the link below for more information. Thanks for watching. Bye.